Coming up on this week's episode of Punt It Long, you decide whether I start a new series on the channel, 2 new members into Good Guys FC, a Twitter user is featured in this week's Bellend, and the usual, but this time very brief, chat about Dunfermline Athletic Football Club. Enjoy. It's the birthday edition, lads. So first up this week, I'm going to ask you whether I should start a new series on the channel for pretty much every Thursday. I've not decided whether it will be every Thursday or whether it will be every second Thursday. It might change, I'm not sure, but it all comes down to whether you think I should start this sort of series on my channel. The idea and the premises behind it would be that it would be called Weekend Wager. I'm getting sick of this bloody green screen. And that it would basically incur me putting on 5 bets within an accumulator as I'm turning 18, of course. I'm now legally allowed to bet. It does eventually sort itself out, by the way. So I would put 5 teams on every single week on the same betting slip, and the maximum amount I can bet for the first 20 episodes of this, providing it lasts that long, but that's the premises I'm going to set just now. For the first 20 episodes, my maximum bet can be £5 and nothing more than that. So it can be a £1 bet, £2, anything below, or £5. So £5 or below would be the bet for the first 20 episodes. And as I said, it would be 5 teams, and they would probably chop and change every single week depending on whether I think the odds are good for a certain team or stuff like that. Just bring in different kind of aspects to it and see how often I can perhaps get these type of things right. I think a £5 is a decent amount to make it if I'm going to do this series, because it means I'm not going to bankrupt myself at such a young age. So obviously I don't encourage betting underage. Bet responsibly and bet when you're legal to do so. That's why I've waited until I'm 18 to actually place my first bet. I've not done betting before. This is my first experience of betting. I'll do it regardless whether the series goes with it or not, but that's what I'm putting to you guys right now. So you can either get involved in the comments and let me know whether you think that should be a series on my channel and what kind of ruling you would have around it, because at the end of the day, a lot of the content that goes on this channel, for example topic of your choice, that's completely down to what you vote as to what I talk about. So a lot of the kind of talk on this channel goes with what you guys think, and this is going to be another one of them. Do you think I should start a series called Weekend Wager where I do 5 teams per week or per fortnight, where the maximum bet is £5 for the first 20 episodes, and we just see how many I can get right over the course of as each game week goes past and stuff like that. So get involved in that, and I'll leave a poll in the top right hand corner right now so that you can go and get involved in that as well, and just so I can gauge your sort of opinion, because I probably won't start it this week. I'll probably leave it for the next weekend. I might still put a betting slip on this weekend and I might let you know how that went on, but I won't start the series this week. I'll start it next week. So get involved in that, whether that's the poll in the top right corner, or tell me in the comments what you think of the idea as a whole. So this next bit's kind of going to be covering the full of Good Guys FC and what kind of the players within and the people within Good Guys FC have done in recent times. And also 2 new members have entered into Good Guys FC as of today, and I'm going to go through them and explain why they're in it. So, on to that section. So here we are, back with Good Guys FC and the book itself. Just a reminder, Good Guys FC is made up of people within football that are proper top blokes.
Cheers, Jeff.
First new member, Sean Byrne. Class guy, and he spoke to me quite a few times, and he's a genuinely really nice guy, and he's proven everybody wrong that ever slated him at Dunfermline, and obviously we released him for free and now he's living it up in the Premiership, so good on him. And I'm assuming he'll go on to great things in his career, but he's in here because he's a class guy and brilliant on the pitch as well, so there's always that as well. And secondly, another midfield maestro, David Silva, plays for Man City. We've got another Premier League winner in the side, and yes, David Silva, he's been through a lot with his kind of birth of his son and stuff like that, but he's came back and he's such a class player. He does the job for Man City and he's a club legend there, and he's a Good Guys FC legend now. So there's your 2 new members. And I kind of just realised that every member that is currently in Good Guys FC hasn't really had much news of recently. So we'll leave it for next time. And just like that, we're back to the green screen setting. And it's that time of the week again where we do the part of the episode called So this week we've got a user on Twitter. For this week, he tweeted out saying, Livingston have taken 7 points from a possible 9 at home against Celtic, Rangers and Hibs. Why? Because Scottish football has allowed this club and others to put in cheap AstroTurf pitches, which allows them to have massive... Because Scottish football has allowed this club and others to put in a cheap AstroTurf pitch, which allows them to have massive advantage and anti-football. How is that entertainment? And to go along with this, there was this person that quote tweeted it. That was how I was alerted to the tweet. It was a Livingston fan, so obviously they're going to have a bit of bias towards Livingston, but I 100% agree with the point. No doubt Livingston's pitch does have its advantages. No doubt every pitch that's different, like Alloa's pitch, has advantages to them than it does to their opponents. But teams still need to go there and deal with it. Both teams need to deal with the situation. Some players in Livingston might not agree with the AstroTurf pitches, but they choose to play on it, and they get the job done on that pitch. It's just an excuse if you go and look for that as the reason why your team lost a game, or your team didn't pick up maximum points when you expected them to. The standards aren't exactly the same over the full league, and maybe perhaps they should, but these different circumstances are there because that's how the clubs operate. But at the end of the day, Livingston have been putting in sterling performances both home and away this season, and that's whether it's on grass or AstroTurf. So I don't get this side of it that Livingston are doing so well just because of their AstroTurf pitch. It's obviously a slight advantage to them, like I said with Alloa, it's a slight advantage to them as well when they've narrowed their pitch in. But it's not the be all and end all, and teams can still go there and pick up points. Teams need to stop looking, well, not teams in general, fans after the game can't just look for the simple excuses of, oh the pitch, oh the weather, blah blah blah. The team, if you put in 100% effort and you bring your skills onto that pitch, albeit it's a bit of a, as I said, an advantage for the other team, but, and again, as I said, it's just not the be all and end all. It just can't be an excuse really. It is an excuse, and I don't agree with it at all. I would never come out of a game and blame the pitch. I don't like finding excuses when really it's 11 men versus 11 men. It's the same circumstances for one team as it is for the other, despite one team might have a better advantage because they've played in it more times. To bring stuff like the pitch and stuff into it, especially when Livingston have been doing well and basically blowing that argument out the water and doing well on pitches, whether it's grass or AstroTurf and whether it's home or away, it kind of just sets the tone for what I thought about that tweet there. I just thought that the guy was a bit of a Bellend to say what he said. And as usual, on Punt, we'll go full circling back to my team, Dunfermline. You know what? Nah, let's take a wee break for this. It's my birthday after all, eh? Oh, it does make a noise. I never knew that. And that's it for this episode, guys. I just wanted to put a video out today because, I mean, I've done Punt It Long now for about 40 weeks, I think, maybe just under that, in a row, and I've never failed to upload on a Wednesday night on a Punt It Long video, so I didn't want to miss this out just because it was my birthday and me basically being lazy. So I wanted to get a video out and basically just thank you for all the support. 2 weeks ago, when it was just the start of November, I said on Twitter that it was my birthday in 2 weeks time, and I was on something like 590 or 581 subscribers, I think it was, and I asked for 600 subscribers for my birthday, and that would have been a nice wee present for me. And I'm now currently sitting on 642, so it's absolutely crazy the support that I've had in recent times, and I just really appreciate it all. In the last 3-4 months it's been absolutely incredible, and I've just enjoyed my life, and it's probably been the best period of my life as a kind of teenager, and I really just am enjoying it 100%, so thanks for all your support. But as I said, that's it for this video, guys, so if you did enjoy, please give it a like, comment down below anything you thought. The new series, of course, I mentioned that at the start of the video, please let me know about that, and aye, until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.